Hi everyone, my name is Paul McGuire and I'm one of the profs for 3150 and I'm one of the two profs in section H and HH. So I wanted to give you a brief overview of what Brightspace looks like as we are starting today. So I'm just going to go over this with you. First, when you take a look at Brightspace, on your left-hand side are all the things that you need to click on to take a look at. We are trying to make this as easy as possible for you because Brightspace is how we're going to communicate this year. So it will be on you to get really, really good at using Brightspace. First is the overview, and in the overview you have basically the outline or the principles behind the Urban Communities cohort and a welcoming message, and then you have the course syllabus. Syllabus is one of the things that you are assigned to take a look at this week. It's really important that you go through the syllabus and take a very, very close look at it. This is basically where the source is for all the material that we're doing this year. If it's not in the syllabus, it's not in the course. So make sure you read that this week. Then, how we're doing communications. This is what we have at this point. We have a hashtag if you're using Twitter. And the link here will bring you to our Twitter account. We've explained email here, how we want you to do email, and here are the email addresses of all the people who are teaching the different sections of the Urban Communities cohort. Really important that the most important thing here is that you use your University of Ottawa email address in all your communications and that you check Outlook. You should definitely set up your notifications in Outlook so that you get emails that are coming in there. That's the main way that we communicate with you. We do not communicate with you through your personal emails. We use only the email addresses that you were given from the University of Ottawa. We'll also be using Teams this year because Teams is connected to Outlook, so you need to get good at that too. And here's a short webinar on how Teams works. Your profs will be setting up Teams. You can easily do video conferencing through Teams, so take a look at that. We have a website. You can click here for the website, and there is a Facebook, open Facebook group. There's a screenshot from it, and you can click here to get to that Facebook group if you want to do that. We also have something called a water cooler discussion forum, and this is an open forum. There's one set up for each of the three sections for the Urban Communities cohort. So you click there, and then you can have a conversation with the people who are in your forum. Or not in your forum, but in your section. So that will remain open all this year, and it's another way we're trying to facilitate communication within the group. There is a section here on Brightspace. I will be adding this video to this section later today. There are a few links here that are useful. There's a link here to the YouTube channel on Brightspace if you want to get better at how this works. There's also an app that you can use for your phone called Pulse. I would suggest setting that up and making sure that your notifications are set up so that you can get information from Brightspace when there's a new notification that comes out. There's an announcement tool at the top here. You can click on that announcement tool anytime you want to see what announcements are out there. So that's good to know. Now, one thing that I hadn't mentioned, this is the module we're working on right now. This is module 0. It's like an introductory module. And when you click on that, you'll get information from Tracy Crow that she wants you to look at this week. And then there are some readings that you are to look at as well. The different profs will put in their office hours here. You can click on that and find out what those hours are. And Tracy's are listed here when you can best get a hold of her. That's really important. That's the time she set aside for 3150. There are two places where we will put the work that is due for this week. So here we are. This is a checklist for September 8th. And you can take a look at this. I'm sure we'll mention this in the meeting that we're going to be having soon. But this is the work that you're responsible for. What we try to do in these checklists is we put the links to where you need to go to make it easier to find out where you need to be going. So one of the things we're going to ask you to do is your personal introduction. You may have done it in the general Urban Communities Cohort page in Brightspace. If you have, just copy it and bring it over and put it in the correct section for where you're working. So this is you click on the H8 section, it'll bring you right here, and then you can start your introductions there. So wherever possible, we are putting in quick links so you can get to the material that you need to get to as quickly as possible. So going back to Module 0 and the checklist, for the next class, which is next week, the 15th of September, this is what you need to be working on so that you're ready for the next class. So there's a reading by Daniel. This is one of the foundational readings of Urban Communities Cohort. So we're asking you to read that, and there's a reading log. I haven't put the link up yet to the reading log, but I will do that to make it easier to find where the reading log is, and it's basically a discussion forum where you post an answer to the question that we post here. So there's not a link there yet, but there will be very soon. Now there's one other place where you can see this information, because again, trying to make things as clear as possible. We have a course schedule. Today, if you click on the course schedule, you'll see exactly the same stuff that you see in the checklist for Module 0. And again, we'll be updating this every time there's a new task that is reflected in the syllabus. We will update it here on Brightspace because that's the way we need to be doing things, so you can see what work you need to be, that we're being assigned and that you're responsible for the following week. So those are some of the things we have in Brightspace. There'll be a lot more material that will be uploaded to Brightspace as time goes on. Right now, all you have to worry about is Module 0. You should take a look at that and start reading that today. That's it, and I'm sure there'll be more questions about how all this works, and we will help you with that as we go through the course. So that's it for now, and we look forward to seeing all of you soon.